Hi guys, so today I have some new items from Spellbinders. They did send these items free of charge for my review. Of course, all opinions are my own. And any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I would make a small commission if you were to purchase items to those links. So what I have to share with you today is a portion of the 'Tis the Season collection. And I'm going to use something from the Trim the Tree collection, which we've already seen some of the items. But we'll talk about that in just a minute. So let's talk about these and then I'll show you that. But super cute set. There are quite a few items that are in this collection. These are 4 of the ones that I have chosen to kind of play with here. So we have special delivery, which look at this little bug. I mean, come on. And it doesn't have to be a Christmassy car, right? We can use this for something else later, but that is just adorable. It's just, you know, your typical little, it looks like a little VW bug, in my opinion. And then we have the little accent pieces, of course, the tires or wheels. And then this here little piece kind of puts it up on top of here with a little bow that stacks the presents on top of the car, which is adorable. We have Christmas balloons down here, and I love these kind of sets. I really love the little bells that they do. They're so cute, like these little flowers. Sorry about the glare, but that's how it is. And then the pine and the pine cones, just really lovely. And if you've seen a lot of their examples already of the new items that they've launched, they've sprinkled these in here and there throughout like a lot of the cards and examples. It's really cute. We have holiday decorations, and you know, I was putting this on here, I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize they had snowflakes, little snowflakes. So I remember having the ornaments or baubles. So we have the 3 little ornaments and the cool shape here, and then we have the little toppers. So that's for that one, that's for this one, and some little stars and really delicate snowflakes. So that is again, holiday decorations. And then this is 'Tis the Season. Well, it's string lights background, and the string lights background is a foil plate. So we will definitely do some foiling with this. I'm going to do a foiling session, so I have quite a few plates and other fun things to work with that I'm going to do all in one video. So check that out when that comes out. But so for now, I'll put this one here. And so what I think I'm going to do today is work with the special delivery, and I think I'm going to create a background using the Trim the Tree stencil. I used this the other day. Basically, I only used the this portion here with some gesso, and like I said, I washed it off right away, and you know, it looks good as ever. And so I think I'm going to do is create kind of like a little background, and then we'll have our little car driving through there. So let me grab some paper and some inks and things like that, and we'll get started. Okay, guys. So, you know, I was thinking about making a background like out of some blue inks and things and then going from there, but I thought, you know, maybe I have a really light blue, but I found this really, really soft gray, and I thought, you know what, that'd be great for a background, because if it's going to be snowy, because I'm going to use a little snow, you know, the sky's not going to be like super clear, I guess, right? I don't know. I don't live where it snows. But anyway, I think the gray is going to be really nice and soft, so I'm going to do that. It is going to change the color, of course, of whatever ink you use, because, you know, it's gray, it's not just stark white. But I am going to, I think, just like I said, I'm just going to build up a little scenery here. I don't know if I'm going to put this one, yeah, let's put this one whole, and, excuse me. Alright, so I'm going to use something to get this down here, just a big sponge. And I'm going to start with the lightest color, so I'm going to use Spring Meadow, it's just light green, and then this one here is Pine Tree, darker green, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm just, like I said, I'm going to like build up a scene, so I do want it to be pretty visible. Oh, there are little circles here that kind of help you place your stencil, so if I was doing something, I'm going to cut it out, because we do have dies actually for this stencil set. I would definitely pay attention to that, but for right now I'm paying attention to it as far as not coloring it, right, because I don't want it to show up on my project. A little mottled and fun. I think that's fine. And then maybe a little piece of tree over here, just because we're kind of building up a little something. And I'm just holding it because, like I said, it's, you know, kind of a small little stencil there. So we have a couple trees. And then, let me wipe this just a little bit for now, but there's water reactive ink. It should wash away pretty easily, but I do want to clean that up. And then I'm going to go in with step 2, which is this accent. Step 3 would be the cute little ornaments and things, but you know, it's outside, so I'm not going to put ornaments, but some people decorate their trees outside, so maybe you want to put ornaments, however you want to do that. I'm just going to put this on here. And it's going to be a snowy scene, but what I'm going to do is put this part of the stencil on top. So it'll look like it's snowing kind of in that area. So we'll see. So now I'm going to take the darker green, and I'm just holding it on there, kind of lined it up. I'm just kind of pouncing that. That's pretty good. I missed this part here. So cute. Okay, same thing over here. Now this one's a little different, so I'm gonna really pay attention to where that might be. Sorry, I just had to move this because it was kind of, I couldn't get it far up enough. And again, like right in here. I just want to make sure I'm not outside of the tree. That looks like right there. There we go. Alright, I'm going to clean up my stencil, just, you know, wipe it down, and then we're going to use this part. Okay, so, you know, I decided to put the snow on a different way today. I'm just going to use some of this Mod Podge. You can use acrylic, like, gel, medium, like, anything sticky stuff, embossing powder. You can use embossing ink, well, you know, and then put the embossing powder. However you want to do this, I think this will be fun. We'll try it out. And then I'm going to sprinkle this glitter on top. And since this is glue, it's just... you can play with it a little bit differently. So I'm going to do, have I ever opened this one? I think I have. Make sure it's not just complete liquid. Give it a shake. I'm just going to put it on this surface. I would normally put it on like a acrylic like block or something wet, but I'm just going to do this. And I'm going to go through the stencil and push, 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 push. Make sure I'm really getting in there. And you can brush it too. However you want to do it to get, we need plenty. And then we're going to wash this for sure as soon as we're done, because it is glue. Don't put too much. And I'm not over the trees, I'm just kind of dabbing because it is water reactive ink, and I don't know how it's going to react with a water-based glue. And so this is just going to be like a hint of the snow, because it's going to be just what you see. It's crystal, right? When last time I used white gesso, and that would look really lovely too. I just was wondering if it would be overpowering, so that's why I decided not to do that, but that's good. And we're going to get this going. Pick this guy up. Oh, that's so cute. Of course, where it's kind of water-based, the ink, it really wants to stick, but there it is. So you can see that. Now I'll continue kind of messing with this just to make sure it gets all over everything. But for now I have to go wash off my stencil, so I will be right back. But hopefully you guys see what we did. Okay, and so I'm going to let this completely dry. I'm going to pick the colors I want for my little car, which of course is red, and things like that, and I'll be right back. But the reason I pour this onto like a little separate paper so that I can just funnel it right back into my jar. And that is just ultra fine translucent glitter. I bought this many years ago at an expo, so you know, who knows. But it's not hard to source. Alright guys, let me clean up and I'll be right back. I was just going to say, in cleaning up with this, all it is taking this and crunching it up and tearing it off. That's just that little Spellbinders paper mat. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, so as that dries, we got that there. So cute. Put this somewhere I don't misplace it. Okay, so I got the cherryest red paper I think that I have. It looks almost coral, but it's red. So I'm going to cut out the car itself with that. I use a little bit of black for this larger circle, which is the wheel. This is like the little hubcap, I suppose, so I'll cut this out in silver. I have some pieces of silver here, along with this, because this has some of the accents like the little bumper and stuff, but this is also, I think, the light, and I think that's it, and the handle, right? So I'm going to run this through also in this silver. And then I'm going to run it through again just to get the light, but we'll talk about that in just a minute, through a little tiny piece of like this yellow. So I'll run this through again on that yellow piece. And then for the bow, I'm going to go with this gold, so you can mix some of the metals like the silver and the gold here. And just a matte metallic color I have here. that piece. And then this little guy is the gifts, and so what I'm going to do is run this through. I think I'm going to make the gift base the blue color. I'm telling you, that glitter got everywhere. I don't know if you can see, it's already on this die and it was just sitting here. I'll cut this out in this little light blue, and then the accents, I don't know if you can see, so we have these boxes, it's one piece, and then these little guys are just like the little bows or ribbons that are on there. I'll cut it out from this purple piece, and these people have very stylish gifts. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay guys, I have my pieces here, and they're kind of scattered around because I like to keep them a little bit separate, but that's the gifts. And I do want to show you, of course I get samples, so you know, they come in a little, sometimes on a carrier, but most of the time in a little bag, so I just kind of have to look at it and make that up. But you guys will have a carrier, and it has, you know, inspiration on there, and so you can kind of look at the picture and, you know, see where you need to put your little parts and stuff like that. So, and you'll have that right there with you. I am just going to put this to the side over here. So there's a couple things. Now, I don't know if you noticed in that picture, it had some like white in here in the little car. Now you can paper piece that in, like run the die through again. As you can see, it cuts those pieces really nicely, and they just right there ready to go. Or you can back up your car with a color that you want to use back there. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take like a white piece of paper, kind of rough cut around it. Let me find some paper here. Like if I look at this, I'm like, okay, I need the paper to be roughly about there, right? So I'm just going to kind of take this, cut in close, not too close, but, and that's just how I'm choosing to do it. Again, you can piece into this and it'll be very similar. So I'm just kind of putting my scissor under the area that I want it to cut. I don't know if you can see that. So then it's just going to be right behind there. See, it's not even anything super fancy. Just getting that cut away. And I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to glue that down. And that quickly I just added that element, that design element. You don't have to. It's because I built up my background too, so I really wanted something else to be behind the car. And then the window, you know, if you want to go extra, you can put like some transparency paper or something like that, right? So it looks shiny, which would be really cute. I know the tire is going to cover this little part up, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay, I'm going to let that set up, and I'll be right back. Start building this guy up. So we need like a little fender, bumper, wherever you want to put those, and however far out you would like. I'm putting those down first because I think the wheel might go over that a little bit. Yeah. Now, I cut two of the same, obviously because they come off of that. So I ran the silver through twice. But if you want, so I have one facing this way and one upside down facing the other way. But you can also cut on the back side of your paper and pull out another piece that looks like this, so it's exactly the same as the front one. If you think that looks like a better shape, I just made a choice there. And I just went and turned this one, you know, after I cut it on the right side. So however you want to do that, of course. Let's get wheels on here. I'm just going to put a little glue here. Like there's like a little space there for the wheels. There's like a little divot. I don't know if you can see that there. And I'm going to put those guys a little further up. And then I cut out also the smaller circle in silver, just because I wanted the little hubcaps to be like silver. And then there's a small little guy right here. I'm just going to put this on here. It's the handle. And of course you can put it however you like, but it's this little guy right here. I know it's that one. And then there's these two other ones that can be used as lights or however you want to use them. So I ran the yellow through twice. So I have these guys. I have this that are basically going to be lights, however you want to use them. I think I'm going to use both of the chubby one because they're cute. This little guy. We'll pop those on in a minute, but the door handle, I'm just going to pop that on there. And then the lights, you know, it's up to you. Do you want to put them in front or behind your little car? So cute. Until every added little detail just makes it that much more adorable. So I'm using both of the same shape, but if you want to put like this shape, you know, you can use this one. I don't know. I just know that there's that shape there too that can be used. And I'll put this one in the back side. Okay, I'm gonna let that set up, you guys, and I'll be right back. So while that is setting up, I'm just gonna take my little gifts, and we have all these little pieces, and some of them are, it looks like they belong to specific gifts, so we'll see about that. I'm just gonna pop these out. And then there's one little one right here. And what I'm gonna do is, like, this little tiny short one, I can tell is this one, right? Because it's like smaller. So I'll just take that one, put that one down first, and the rest of them pretty much looked about the same size. Let me just make sure on that. Yeah, so that's the only one, which is nice. So I'm just going to put glue, and you can see the little score lines right where you're supposed to put it. So I'm just putting glue down on there, and then I'm going to bring these pieces in. And that is that for our gifts. And then we have our little bow. I think there's one more piece. Yeah, I kept it all together here. Maybe you can build this up once it's on the car, I'm thinking. Yeah, I'll build this up once I'm ready to put this together. Okay, so I'm going to work on top of this piece of paper just because I don't want to get glue on my work surface. I'll put that there. Oh my gosh, pop these little gifts on top. Okay, and I think what I'll do next is put this down. How cute is that? Oh my goodness. That is too funny. Okay. And we'll put this on here. So there's a few different sentiment sets that they also came out with, having to do with lots of different things. There's one in the in one of the other Christmas collections in the foil plates that says, I think, like, every heart comes home for Christmas, which I think would be so cute for this design. But again, we will play with the foil shortly. This guy, I'm just going to put a little glue on there. Put that right on there. And then it looks like they put this next, and then the little knot on top, which is just added detail. If you want to put more glue, definitely do that. I'm just kind of gluing these little sections, but you can also just completely glue down the little arms, you know. And another little glue. So I'm going to definitely let this set up and rest before we move on to putting our card together. So I'm going to grab a card base and finish it up. So I have a standard A2 size card base here. You know, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This actually comes from one of the Spellbinders card kits. I like to just keep them on hand here. And then this piece, I don't know if I mentioned, I had cut it 4 by 5 1/4. To misspeak. I cut this at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So already almost 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, right? And like I said, a lot of times I like to do the inking and the stenciling, all that stuff, and then cut it down so it looks nice and crisp. But I think this was very simple, and it looks nice and crisp on the edges. So I'm not going to worry about that. But then I thought it might look nice with a little black mat. So since this one is already almost 4 1/4 by 5 1/8, I mean, I just cut this like the smallest smidgen, smaller than 5 1/2, and smaller than 4 1/4. So there's still a white card sticking out behind it because I like that look. But if you want to cover the whole thing, then just cut it, you know, 4 1/4, 5 1/2. I just think it looks really nice with that black mat on there. So I'm going to put this on here. The smallest white area. And we gotta trust that I did a good job cutting. I'm gonna put this guy down. I mean, it's just gonna be right inside of that. But look at, oh, I love that. It looks so nice and crisp. You know? Okay. So I have my little car, and we can put them on here, you can pop them up on pop dots, and it looks really adorable actually, and then you can have your sentiment wherever. But I think I'm gonna add a little snow hill. So since this is 4 1/8, I cut a piece of paper 4 1/8 by like 1 3/4 or something, and I think I'm gonna cut it like that. So just, we'll see what happens. Something. Maybe going up a steep hill here. Yep. Okay. And I think I'm going to glue this down straight. Let me just make sure it's the same. I didn't make any adjustments here. Not really. I could pop this up and then pop the car up too, but however you want to do it. And put that down right there. Oh my gosh. So sweet. So I'm going to put some dimensional adhesives on the back of this, here, and obviously on the gifts there, so that way it'll hold it up and you have a good space there for that. So I will be right back once I just get these popped on there. Just taking the little backs off of this. I was going to say the other side of the piece that we cut, like, you know, I just cut this off of here. You can totally turn it over and stick it behind there, and you would have had 2 snowbanks, or even bring it down here and you just have more. Aww. You know what? I guess more is better. Is that what it is? But then he looks like he should be going down. So let's just go. I don't know. I do like that though. Okay. So I'm going to pop this in here. Aww. Alright. Let me see if I can grab a quick sentiment and I'll be right back. And, you know, I always have a good memory, because the other day too I was looking for a different Christmas set that I had in mind that had a really perfect sentiment in it. And I came across this one. This set is from November 2019 called Christmas Wishes. It's just a ton of die cuts that I just went through, and as soon as I pulled these out to kind of look at them, I can see that there's a perfect sentiment in here. And again, I just like to mix and match things with what I have, new things, however, special delivery. Are you kidding? I mean, this is perfect. So I'm just going to pop that. Well, I guess we can pop it right in the center too. I kind of want it to be over here. Something like that. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to put that there, and then I played with these little stars that were also in there. I think that looks really cute. So I'm going to stick the stars down, just glue them down, and then I will pop up the word special delivery with some dimensional adhesive. Sorry, in the morning I always have something like so thank you so much, Spellbinders, for saying these for review. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments there. Otherwise, I'll have the links in the description box. And thanks for watching, guys. I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.